Andre began to change his campaign for mayor on P-Valley Season 2 Episode 9, ironically using strippers from the Pink. He had no idea that he had caused Hallie to get pregnant and she had kept it from him. Know of how the casino bill turned out, she intended to leave Chucalissa. Andre's wife, Brittany, found the two cheating the night before the results. Mercedes attempted to retake her reign but realized that her days as a pole dancer were over. She was taken aback when Farah presented her with an exhibit of her own sensual photos. Andre and Brittany sparred about her catching him and Hallie red-handed on the Season 2, Episode 10 finale of P-Valley. Due to his passion for Hallie, he confronted Brittany and threatened to end their relationship because she was in love with another man. Andre had been in the lead for mayor, so Corbin halted the party to congratulate him. The Pink didn't close down after the brawl, and DJ Neva scared reintroduced Lil Murda to the stage. Surprisingly, Maine was still allowed back into the club. Lil Murda stopped the music, paused a bit, and spit what little effort it takes to take a life a cappella. He spoke his bravado directly to Maine. Then the beat dropped as soon as Mercedes came out to dance in duet with the new song he let her listen to titled 7 Pounds of Pressure. Mercedes had given a stellar performer on the pole. In a twist, Patrice Woodbine was named mayor of Chucalissa. Andre was stunned to learn the news as he was set to give his acceptance speech. Yet he announced he would return to the city to open a law firm. His estranged wife was by his side and accepted his decision. When an ecstatic Lil Murda and Mercedes returned to the locker room, Uncle Clifford was weeping. Ernestine didn't drink the water. Ernestine was still alive. Keyshawn was surprised with a fully gassed getaway car, cash, and received detailed instructions from Hallie on how to get away and never look back. When Lil Murda and Uncle Clifford woke in the morning, they discussed Murda's leaving for the tour that day. The conversation shifted towards them parting ways as Lil Murda had to follow his dream. Murda threw out the idea of coming out in public. Although Patrice won as mayor, the casino referendum passed. The new mayor Bishop vowed to fight it. Meanwhile, Mercedes received a package. It was a large poster from the Mercedes Experience exhibit. She called Farah in excitement because it was accompanied by a $30,000 royalty check. The women of Chucalissa lined up to offer Andre welcome meals. Trying to entice him in front of his wife. Hallie entered the line to offer some final words to him. Hallie then called Georgie asking for $15 million for the Pink now that the casino referendum had passed. Georgie passed altogether. She no longer needed the Pink for its waterfront location. Georgie mentioned a way to bring water to her desired location. That location was right in the Kyle family waterfront backyard. Uncle Clifford brought Ernestine home, and she immediately planned a big party at the house, enlisting the help of Big L, Duffy, and the Haitian she met at the Pink. Suddenly, Clifford saw a vision of his mother, Beulah, who warned him not to let Lil Murda go so easily. Lil Murda is going back on tour, this time with Tina Snow. Keyshawn met up with him. The two have secrets that they will both hide. Keyshawn won't speak of Lil Murda's sexuality, and he will never tell where she disappeared to. Mercedes finally opened her dance studio and hung her artwork. Suddenly, Patrice came over, and they discussed Shell calling the prayer hotline. Shell was going into rehab and asked Patrice to look after Tarika. However, the new mayor didn't have that capacity, so she brought Tarika to Mercedes to raise. Hallie confronted Uncle Clifford about the casino. Knowing he made a backdoor deal with Corbin to get the casino bill passed. Clifford signed the $250,000 check Corbin gave him over to Hallie and kicked her out for good. Keyshawn visited Janice's home, where she left the children with Alicia. Janice called Derek, and he picked the children up. When Keyshawn returned home, Child Protection Services and the police came by to investigate possible child abuse. Derek was there looking oh so innocent. The investigation would prompt weekly check-ins for the next 6 months. All Keyshawn heard in that lecture was her dreams of escaping with her children collapsing. After seeing Derek's smug face, she screamed, she snapped, she attacked him and was restrained by the officer. When Mercedes returned home with Tarika, she introduced her daughter to Maine. He confronted her about dancing with Lil Murda and even outed his sexuality. Lil Murda showed up at Ernestine's juke joint to say his goodbye to Clifford. Meanwhile, Diamond received a call from jail. It was Keyshawn. In a cryptic way, she asked him to take care of Derek. Uncle Clifford was excited to have the new casino developing down the road. Mercedes attended the juke joint to tell Uncle Clifford that she had danced her last dance. He was upset that all of his ladies were leaving him, yet he accepted it. Nineveh confronted Roulette about the extracurricular activities and wanted in. Roulette added another to her staple, turning into a true pimp. Lil Murda told Uncle Clifford that he wasn't going on tour and open for Tina Snow. He felt he could command his own tour. The conversation shifted towards Murda professing his love for Uncle Clifford and confessing about Big Teak. Cliff didn't want to be the reason for holding Lil Murda back. Suddenly, Clifford learned Hallie had taken $42K out of the Pink's account, leaving it $24K in the hole. Hallie disappeared again. Uncle Clifford took a few of Big L's oxys to cope. Lil Murda embraced him on the dance floor and they kissed in front of everyone. Lil Murda's secret was out. While Diamond prepared to take care of Derek, he was attacked by a woman in all black. She stabbed him in his side with a knife, but he overpowered her. Then a one-eyed man double-teamed him, they subdued him and tossed him into the trunk. The woman was Big Bone, saying to the one-eyed man, "He the one killed our lieutenant, boss." The man was wearing Montavious' ring. They didn't kill him and closed the trunk.